365 Sports.
2014.
Yes.
It was a warm
Andrew Luck.
September day. What a day. We didn't know. We didn't know that was the last time the Colts were going to win in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Until I don't know when.
Yeah.
The last time that the Colts won in Florida, we were thinking about that this week. As you turned 20 this past month, you were in single digits.
I was 8.
You were 9.
No, because my birthday hadn't come up yet.
No, you were.
Oh, that's why I was in.
Yeah.
Yep, 9.
It was just before your birthday when you had turned 10. You were in single digits. That's how long it's been. Over half of your life that the Colts have not won in Jacksonville. Well,
the last time that the Colts won, we were in Florida, I believe.
It's our fault.
It's our fault.
Well, I'm Kevin. This is Liam. And now we're on a sour note. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present 365 Indiana Sports as part of the 365 Sports Network.
Yes, welcome back in. The Colts will attempt to break the losing streak in Duval, just like they did the Week 1 streak this year. What is standing in their way is the current division leader, which means that the division lead is on the line here. Let's go all in to see what they can do to get it back.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at 365 Indiana Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Man, that was a rough start. You sour grapes there at the beginning.
Yeah.
We got a rebound from that one. Speaking of which, the Colts also need to rebound. Open goal, rebounder, and goal setup is perfect for your backyard. Click the link in the description for more on that. We know, the Colts kind of own the Jaguars long term, but this is not. It must be broken. Mm-hmm. So, what are your keys to the game for the Colts here?
IU did it, and they won. Colts got to do it too. Run the ball and keep running the ball. Okay. They've done the run the ball part, but they haven't kept running the ball.
Yeah.
The very first drive against Houston, they passed all 3 plays.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have the best running back in the league. I don't care if they stop him. I said this in the IU preview. I don't care if you go 3 and out and you run the ball all 3 plays. I'd rather you run the ball 3 plays than pass the ball 3 plays.
There you go. I'm going to say protect the ball.
Yeah.
Take the ball. This is even more important on the road because that kind of thing takes the crowd out. And now the crowd is in the pool in Jacksonville, but still, you want to eliminate that as best as possible. Follow the ball, win the game. It's kind of how it goes. Anything else from you?
I'm gonna go flip on that. Stop the run and keep stopping the run.
Okay.
Etienne is a very good back.
Mm-hmm.
You need to stop him. This is one of the best running back matchups that we have seen this year from the Colts' perspective, being Etienne, who's a very underrated back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Versus J2, who is the best back right now. So.
I would say you got to eliminate the big runs. That's been a killer for the Colts, especially in Jacksonville against this team. 2-3 huge big runs, even on special teams. You want to try to eliminate that and keep that to a minimum. And you also need to lock down Brian Thomas Jr. He is a fabulous receiver in his second year, kind of a little bit of a sophomore slump. But the Colts have the tendency to make superstars out of already existing superstars.
Yep. Let's not make a repeat of last year with the dive.
No,
that was against Brian Thomas.
It was.
And then to add on to the Travis Etienne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, his brother
Trevor
Etienne is also really up and coming in college football.
Yeah.
So.
Probably coming out this year.
Yep. An extension of the run game, as you talk about all the time, is the screen game, which is a killer for the Colts. They have killed people with it this year with the Warren screens and the JT screens, but they haven't been good against it on defense like they haven't been in the past couple of years. So Etienne thrives on screen games. You have to stop that.
Yeah. You want to put pressure on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you put pressure on him. He doesn't do great with it. And he has this nice little like spin out move that, man, if you can get pressure on the one side, he spins out, he can spin right into another defender if you get that kind of pressure upon him. But then, like you said, the tight end screens, like let's live off quick game and tight end screens because they have an aggressive defensive front that's going to come after. And so if you're not going to be able to run the ball, if you struggle with it at all, the good offset is that screen game.
Yeah. The Colts just played the best defense in the league. I will officially say that they are the best defense in the league because they put to rest the best offense in the league, speaking of which, Joi Baby Sleep Slack and matching crib sets can help put your little one to sleep. Click the link in the description for more. So you're coming off playing the best defense in the league. So theoretically, this should be easier.
Theoretically.
Now, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars offense is better than Houston's.
Yeah.
But I believe their defense is not as good. So once again, here's the question mark. Who's going to guard Tyler Warren?
Right. Which leads us to matchups to watch. You've got Tyler Warren versus
Question marks.
Oluokun, maybe?
Maybe.
But
I don't think he's enough though.
But if he takes Warren, then who's going to guard against JT? And
and who's going to guard Downs then? Because we had a Downs awakening last week.
Yeah.
He had 2 really big catches, almost a third one.
Yep.
We need Downs to continue doing what Downs is doing. Honestly, I don't hate that Pittman isn't getting the ball because that means Pierce is getting the ball, and Pierce always gets deeper throws, which means we're moving it down the field more.
Yep.
Anyways, matchups.
Yep.
Brian Thomas versus Ward. I think that's the big one.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're not at home, so we're not going to be slipping all over the place. Ward.
Real grass down there in Jacksonville.
Stay locked on Thomas Jr. And then ETN versus I'll go Pratt and Franklin.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to match up. I put Michael Pittman Jr. against Greg Newsome. I think that's where they will head, which means Jerry Jones, the younger guy, is against Pittman or against Pierce. I think that's where they will head with it. So that's the Newsome one is really what I want to see. I want to, with how aggressive their defense is, I don't know how much time will be had to push the ball down the field. And so I'm looking at that Pittman matchup as that kind of keep the ball moving and stay ahead of their chains. Downs is the go-to guy on third down for that conversion because that's why he is known as Josh.
First downs.
But Michael Pittman can help with that, convert that second and 7 into a 3rd and 3 to allow that, right? Mm-hmm. He's kind of that possession kind of receiver. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And then the Colts offensive line against that defensive front of the Jaguars.
Yeah.
You think of the outside guys, but their inside is just as threatening. And so the offensive line has shown that it might have some issues that we didn't realize earlier. So need them to put in the work, put in the training. Speaking of which, Hounds has healthy dog treats for your puppy and training it like a country mountain dogs. Click the link in the description for more on that.
Yes.
And that leads us. Do you have another matchup?
No.
That's
all I got.
All right. Well, that leads us to our all-in player to watch presented by Underdog Fantasy Sports. I have a little, let's see what there's some magic going on. I believe Kaelon Black is listed at a half of a touchdown. And I think that's a pretty good bet to go higher on. And then what else did I see? Maybe I think JT is listed at 1, and you got to go over 1.5. So that's iffy. I'm not sure. We'll find out what Liam thinks after this from Underdog Fantasy Sports.
Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code COLTS to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code COLTS. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 and up, 19 and up in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 and up, and in Colorado for some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and must be present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369.
So that leads us to our all-in player to watch presented by Underdog Fantasy Sports.
Mine.
Yep.
Daniel Jones.
Okay.
Fibula still hurt.
Yep.
I have been preaching it was not his fault. I looked at the performances of all the quarterbacks. He was, I don't remember what it was, but it was either 6 or 7.
Okay. All right.
Not fantasy, just like ranks. Like
Okay.
how well they did.
Yeah.
So it was great. I've been preaching it was not his fault at all.
Yeah.
So all you Colts fans saying get rid of Daniel Jones because he's hurt or he's going back to New York ways. No, he's not. Nothing is his fault.
Okay.
So I'm going to extend that even further into just the receiver core. Stop dropping the ball. There's so many different plays. Could have been a 4th and 2, 4th and 3 if Downs had caught that.
Yep.
Multiple other times where it hit their hands and they just dropped it.
Yep.
I get that Houston defense is good, but Daniel Jones was putting it exactly where it needed to be. Hopefully the windows aren't as tight this week against not as good of a defense. Still great defense, just not as good.
Yep. Definitely the secondary not as good.
Yes. But the receivers have to catch the ball. Daniel Jones just keep putting it where it needs to be.
My player to watch is going to be Tyler Warren. I don't think, and we say this every time, that we don't think that they have what it takes to cover him. And so I really don't think they have anyone that can actually cover him, which means if they put 2 or 3 in order to blanket him, then it goes the other way to Downs.
Yeah.
And I think that those two, you have to unleash one of them to really get the job done. In addition to what you always say is Jonathan Taylor needs to rush for
100
and
at least a touchdown.
And he's listed at 1.5 on Underdog Fantasy Sports.
During the break, me and you were talking, I said he has to hit 2 touchdowns for them to win the game. I think they can win a close game, but a secure win has to be two JT touchdowns. One kind of in the midst there of, scoring, and then one to kind of seal the deal. Like they're up by a field goal or a touchdown, that kind of seals
Puts
the
it
deal.
away, guys.
Because it'll be one of those, oh yeah, we're going to run the ball, run the clock out as much as we can. Oh, wait, JT broke off a 30-yarder. Okay, we'll let him score.
Like the Falcons in the overtime?
Yep.
That was another key that I had that I didn't talk about is I think this may be a 70-minute game. This may be the Colts' MO is to just have a whole lot of overtime games, which, if we're thinking about a big picture, is not a bad thing because that prepares you for tough playoff football.
Yeah, 100%.
And hopefully that's where this goes and it doesn't end with the meltdown that really could be on the verge.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking throughout the week here that don't pay really too much attention to what the Colts fans or any of the media will say after this game. Because if the Colts win, it's going to be the first time that they've won since 2014. And there's going to be much rejoicing because now they're going to be at the top of the division.
But then you got to go play the Seahawks.
Right. But if they lose,
kind of saw it coming.
They haven't won since 2014 there. Like nobody will be super surprised. And they still have to play these 2 teams in the division again, as well as the Niners and the Seahawks. So the sky is not falling either way, but also maybe
Not
there's
Chicken
not
Little yet.
quite as much rejoicing just because they win this one game.
Yes.
So,
It definitely helps. Definitely helps. But
there's-
at least you're not having to play catch up to get back in the division.
That's right. So with that leads us to our prediction time. Who's going to win? What's the score going to be?
It's my first time not going for the Colts. Jaguars are going to get it done. It's going to be 28-25. Kind of a weird score there.
Hey, I have a weird score as well. I also have the Colts with 25 points. And I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. And the only time I did pick the Colts, they still won. I don't know. I'm going to go Jacksonville has 27. 27-25. Jaguars, they don't quite get it done.
Gotcha.
But, man, if they could. Man, if they could.
It'd be so nice.
Yep. Well, that's it for this week. We'll be back next week, maybe. I'm not
Possibly.
sure. We'll kind of play it by ear because this next week we are on a Make-A-Wish trip for your brother.
We will be in Florida.
We will be in Florida.
Not for the game.
Not for the game. We'll
be traveling at that point.
Yes, we will recap this game for sure and the Big Ten Championship, but I'm not sure what else we will be able to get to as we will be very busy all over Central Florida doing all kinds of fun stuff. But we will definitely be back. May not get to the Seahawks game because we will be in the midst of stuff, but we'll get to you when we get. We will get stuff to you when we can. Be thinking of us and our poor misery in Central Florida.
All the rain.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But we will be back at some point in the next week or so with more of all the normal stuff that we have with the Pacers and IU basketball starting up now. A little bit more focused on that with IU football kind of temporarily wrapping up. And, our pick 6 and all of that kind of stuff.
Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to say 365 Indiana Sports.
365 Sports.